to Youth Spotlight, the podcast where we explore issues affecting the youth. So, can you explain what does gender equality mean and why is it important to the youth?
Gender equality refers to the state in which individuals of all genders have equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities. It encompasses various aspects, or in other ways, we call various dimensions. These include um, social, emotional, political, and cultural dimensions, ensuring that both men and women can access resources and opportunities without discrimination.
So, how important is it to youth?
Um, Gender equality, it has so many importance. Firstly, it has importance on human rights. Gender equality is a fundamental human right. Everyone deserves equal treatment and opportunities regardless of their gender. That is to say, we are equal um, on the issues of gender issues, like we should not discriminate each other. We should take each other as equals. Another one, it is for economic growth. Empowering women and promoting gender equality can lead to significant economic benefits. Studies show that gender inclusive policies can boost productivity and economic growth. Now we have also another important that is on social development. Gender equality contributes to improved health, education, and well-being for families and communities. When women are educated and empowered, they can make informed decisions that can benefit their families and society. Um, Gender issues also has an impact, or has a positive impact on political representation. Gender equality in political representation leads to more comprehensive and inclusive decision making, addressing the needs and rights of all community members. Reduction of violence is another importance of gender equality. Promoting gender equality helps combat gender-based violence and discrimination. Societies that value equality tend to have a lower rate of violence against women and marginalized groups. That is, say they can if we reduce gender-based violence, then people will not be discriminated. Sustainable development is another importance. That is to say, achieving gender equality is essential for sustainable development. It aligns with several Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), particularly Goal number 5, which aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Then as well, we have better outcomes for children. Gender equality improves outcomes for future generations. When when mothers are empowered, children benefit better health, education, and economic opportunities. That's why we say if you educate a woman, you have educated the world, because it's the woman who most of the time stay with children, and that um, closeness can have a positive impact on the growth of women, of children. In summary, gender equality is not just a moral imperative, it is essential for building peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable societies.
So, in summary, gender gender equality is important to the youth and to the development of the nation.
very much.
Okay. So let's continue. So can you explain how does gender inequality impact youth young people?
Gender inequality significantly affects young people, shaping their opportunities, experiences, and overall well-being. I have some of the key ways in impact them. One, limited education opportunities. In this, we call it access to education. In many regions, girls face barriers to education due to cultural norms, early marriages, economic constraints. This limits their ability to acquire knowledge and necessary and skills necessary for their future. And this cultural norms like that, when a girl is on menstrual cycle, culturally we say that that girl should not attend to school. Another issue is on quality of education. Gender biases in education, educational content and teaching methods can create an unwelcome environment for girls, impacting their confidence and engagement. For example, some teachers they say when a boy hasn't done well in a lesson, or that's mathematics or science, they say you are behaving like as if you are a girl, which demotivates girls, and that is gender bias. Then there is economic disparities in job opportunities. Young women often have less access to job opportunities and career advancement due to discriminatory hiring practices and societal expectations. Then there is wage gap. When young people enter um, when young Then there is wage gap. When young people enter their workforce, the workforce, they may face wage disparities, or in other words, we have wage differences with women, often earning less than their male counterpart for the same work. Then there is health implications, and this one we are talking of reproductive health. Young women may lack access to a comprehensive reproductive health education and services, leading to unintended pregnancies and health issues. Then we have mental health. Gender inequality can contribute to increased levels of stress, anxiety, and depression among young people, especially those who experience discrimination or violence. And this violence can be like physical violence, emotional violence, as well as sexual abuse. Then we have societal expectations and roles. In this, we are talking of constrained choices, social um, expectations and roles. Constrained choices. Young people may feel pressure to conform to traditional gender roles, limiting their aspiration and choices in life, including career path and personal relationships. Then there is violence and harassment. Gender inequality often perpetuates culture of violence and harassment, putting young people, particularly women and um, LGBTQs and individuals, at risk of abuse. For example, um, in societies where women are regarded as of less value. Then there's political participation and representation. Young people have limited opportunities to engage in political processes, particularly women and marginalized groups, which can prevent their voices. Political participation and representation. Young people may have limited opportunities to engage in political processes, particularly women and marginalized groups, which can prevent their voices from being heard in decision making. That is to say, in most societies they regard women as of less value and they cannot take part in the political development of an area, community, as well as a country.
Traditionally, they say women are weak. They
Yes,
have no say.
in political positions.
Mm.
Then impact on relationships, power dynamics. Gender inequality can lead to unhealthy relationship dynamics, with young people experiencing issues such as coercion and lack of respect for boundaries. Then there is peer pressure. Social norms may pressure young people into conforming to a certain behavior based on gender, affecting their self-esteem and relationships. Then we have future generational impact, cycle of inequality. The effects of gender inequality can perpetuate cycles of disadvantage for future generations. For instance, when young women are denied education and economic opportunities, their children may also face similar challenges, which may lead to poor upbringing of children. In so doing, in summary, or in other words, to sum it up, gender inequality has far reaching implications for young people, affecting their education, economic prospects, health, and overall equality of life. Addressing these inequalities is crucial for empowering young individuals and fostering a more equitable society.
So, can you elaborate on the intersectionality of gender with other social issues?
Um, Intersectionality is a framework that examines how various social identities such as gender, race, class, sexual orientation, disability, and age interact and overlap, creating unique experiences of privilege and oppression. Understanding the intersectionality of gender with other social issues is crucial for recognizing the complexes of individuals' living experiences. Here is a detailed explanation of the concept. 1. Race and ethnicity. In this one we have discrimination. Women of color often face compounded discrimination based on both their gender and racial or ethnic identity. For example, they may encounter barriers in employment, education, and health care that differ significantly from those experienced by white men or men of color. Then we have cultural norms. Cultural expectations related to race and ethnicity can also affect gender roles, impacting the opportunities available to individuals. For instance, in some cultures, traditional gender roles may be more pronouncing, restricting women's choices and freedoms. Secondly, class of social class and socioeconomic status. 1. A. Access to resources. Economic status influences access to education, health care, and employment. Women from lower socioeconomic backgrounds often face a greater challenges in achieving economic independence and may have limited access to to, to quality health care services, which can affect their reproductive health and well-being. Then we have workplace dynamics. Class can shape job opportunities, working conditions, and experiences of harassment or discrimination in the workplace. Women in lower wage jobs may experience additional vulnerability, such as lack of job security and limited benefits. And in this lack of job security, we are referring to that some um, top bosses may have may like to have sexual intercourse with those with at a lower grade. So that is advancing sexual favors. 3. Sexual orientation and gender identity. LGBTQs and experiences. Individuals who identify as LGBTQ and face unique challenges related to gender and sexuality. For instance, transgender individuals often encounter discrimination in healthcare, employment, and social settings, which can be exacerbated by their economic status, race, or other identities. Violence and harassment. LGBTQ youth, especially those who are gender na, who are gender non-conforming, may be more vulnerable to bullying, violence, and mental health issues due to their sexual orientation and gender identity. 4. Disability. Um, that's access and inclusion. Women with disabilities often experience multiple layers of discrimination, facing barriers related to both their gender and disability. This can impact their access to education, employment, and health care. That is to say, they fail to do well in class because they are being discriminated. And even when they are to be grouped in an assignment, some may face discrimination because of their disability. Intersectional marginalization. The interplay between gender and disability can lead to lack of representation and advocacy, resulting in unique challenges related to health, autonomy, and societal perceptions. 5. Age, youth, and gender. Young women may face particular challenges in navigating gender norms and expectations. They may experience pressure related to body image, relationship, and career aspirations, which can be compounded by socio-economic status and cultural background. Then we have elder women. Elder women may face ageism alongside sexism, resulting in diminished opportunities in the workforce and increased vulnerability to poverty and social isolation. In conclusion, recognizing the intersectionality of gender with other social issues allow for a more nuanced understanding of the challenges individuals face. This perspective is essential for developing inclusive policies and practices that address the diverse needs of marginalized communities. By considering intersectionality, by, by considering intersectionality, advocates and policymakers can work towards more effective solutions that promote equality and justice for individuals, regardless of their intersecting identities.
So you have talked about the gender intersection. So now can you explain how can young people get involved in promoting gender equality?
Young people play a vital role in promoting gender equality and can engage in various activities to foster change. Here are some of the ways that can get involved. 1. Education and awareness. Learn about gender issues. Young people can educate themselves about gender equality, its importance, and the specific challenges faced by different groups. This knowledge enables them to engage in informed discussions and for and advocate for change. And this education can be done in different forums like at a school level, at community level, even they can educate each other through peers. Then raise awareness. They can use social media, blogs, and community events to raise awareness about gender equality issues, share resources, and promote inclusive practices. 2. Advocacy and activism. Join or start campaigns. Young people can participate in or organize campaigns and movements that advocate for gender equality, whether locally or globally. This can include awareness campaigns, petitions, and events like International Women's Day. Then we have engaged in policy advocacy. Young men can lobby for policies that promote gender equality, such as equal pay, reproductive rights, and anti-discrimination discrimination laws by contacting local representatives and participating in town hall meetings. Thirdly, we have volunteer work. Support organizations. Volunteering with non-government organizations or community organizations that focus on gender equality can provide valuable hands-on experience and help amplify the organization's effort. In this one we have also mentoring. Young people can mentor peers or young individuals, especially girls, to help them build confidence and encourage their pursuit of education and career opportunities. Then we have participate in education and training programs, workshop and seminars. Engaging in workshops and training sessions on gender equality, leadership, and advocacy can equip young people with skills and knowledge to promote equality in their communities. Then we have school programs. They can advocate for the inclusion of gender studies in schools' curricula, ensuring that their peers are educated about gender issues and equality from young age. Fifthly, we have create safe spaces, that is to say, establish support groups. Young people can create or join support groups that provide safe spaces for discussing gender issues, sharing experiences, and supporting one another. Then we have promote inclusivity. They can work to create inclusive environments in schools, clubs, and organizations by challenging discriminatory behaviors and fostering respect for all genders. 6. Use creative expression, art and media. Young people can express their views on gender equality through art, music, theater, or film. Create projects Creative projects can inspire others and spread messages of equality and empowerment. Writing and blogging. Writing articles, essays, or blogs about gender equality can raise awareness and spark discussions within their communities. 7. Engage in community service. Support local initiatives. Participating in community service projects that focus on empowering women and marginalized groups can make a tangible impact while fostering a sense of community responsibility. Collaborate with local leaders. Working alongside community leaders to address gender issues can help amplify their efforts and bring about local change. That is, if the community leaders or the local leaders are involved, then we can achieve one.
Mm.
In conclusion, by taking action in these various ways, young people can significantly contribute to promoting gender equality in their communities and beyond. Their involvement not only helps drive social change but also empowers them to become informed, engaged citizens who advocate for a more equitable world.
Okay, and yeah, for today, let's stop here. Thank you for your time. I know you're a busy person, but you made it possible for me. Thank you.
Welcome.